Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel. My name is Ash, and today I'm giving my first impressions to Star Ocean: The Divine Force on Xbox. Now, I just want to shout out to Square Enix, who sent me a copy of this game to have a play and give you my thoughts, so big thank you to them for providing me with a copy. Now, I haven't played a Star Ocean game in as long as I can remember. I believe I bought one on the 360, but trying to cast my brain back to then and actually remember what it was like, I can't do it. So it wasn't obviously that memorable, or I didn't play a lot of it. Now, I am a big sort of JRPG fan. Like I say, I love me some Dragon Quest. I'm quite fond of some of the older Final Fantasy games. And Star Ocean is one of those franchises that's been around for absolutely ages, has tons of sort of games out there in the franchise. Some of them are great, some of them are good, some of them are terrible. But like I say, it's always nice when a brand new one comes out and you get to give it a go. Now, this game is actually not that bad so far. I'm not as far into the end of the game or anything, and I'll not sort of spoil the story as such. But so far, like I say, I've put a few hours in, and I'm really enjoying it. So the game, to me, that differences itself from past Star Ocean's game is at the beginning of the game you're able to pick between two different characters. So you basically there's a spaceship sort of captain called Raymond, and there's also Princess Letitia. If I've pronounced that correctly, I apologise. And basically, you pick as one of these two, and the story starts. Now, they do sort of meet up after the intro and stuff like that, but like I say, as you're playing with one of them, it sort of focuses on that character and they sort of go off to do their own thing at different times. So there's a reason to go back and replay the game twice. It's kind of sort of shoehorned in, unfortunately, but like I say, it does add a bit of replayability. So, like, one person would probably go off and do one type of quest. Then, if you played with the other character, they would go off and obviously do their own type as well. Now, you're able to sort of swap the character you play as at any time as well, which is pretty cool. But like I say, I ended up just sort of focusing more on one of the characters, the princess, more than the space captain. Now, graphically, this game doesn't look too bad. The environments are really nice with the lighting effects and stuff like that. So they are the highlight of the game. However, the character models are pretty lacking. They're pretty sort of. They look like they're a bit sort of dead in the eyes. They're okay. They're nothing to write home about. They're not detailed and animated enough to, especially for sort of this current generation. They do very much feel like a last gen sort of character model, and that's a shame because like the artwork and everything on the cover looks absolutely fantastic as always with these sort of JRPGs. But it's not the end of the world. They don't look terrible. They're not blocky or anything like that. But they're not anywhere near the sort of quality that the environments are. Now, one thing I did like about this game is the combat, and this game's combat is described as the fastest and the strongest action of any in the series. So, the battles have been improved for this game. It's much more fast paced. So, you've got like super high speed movement attack, special abilities, and all sorts of different skills. It's a nice change of pace for sort of a JRPG instead of the slow paced sort of turn based combat. And do you know what? It's not too bad at all. Now, there's a variety of enemies and monsters and stuff you get to fight. And you have this sort of little floaty robot that floats around with you. Kind of sort of reminds me of the thing from Halo that sort of floats around with you in Halo 1 through the library. And basically, that sort of shares abilities and powers and stuff like that with your active sort of party characters. So basically, it sort of helps you to sort of zoom across the combat zones and stuff like that, and like around everywhere. It's pretty cool. It's hard to explain without showing you it and like you actually playing, but it's pretty cool, and it can sort of assist you with sort of cool attacks and stuff like that. Sort of dodge around your enemies, sort of like teleport away from them, then behind them. Very much sort of Dragon Ball Z-esque in that sort of thing, where they're like teleporting around because they're so quick. It's not perfect, but it is a nice sort of add-on to just the standard combat. Now, there's also loads of sort of classic JRPG progression where your character levels up, you get new weapons and items and stuff like that you can purchase from all of the like towns and places you visit, and you build up your XP, and you can then obviously progress your character's skill tree. So there's quite a lot to it. Like I say, there's a big amount of combat and a big amount of content and loads to see and do. And like I say, I've only just scratched the surface. But as my sort of first proper Star Ocean game, so far I'm pretty sort of impressed by it. Like I say, it's not my favourite JRPG of all time, and there's some things I don't particularly like, and it could use a bit of polish here and there. But it's a cool sort of looking game. It's got a decent enough plot. The combat's super fast, which I like, and I like the sort of sci-fi and medieval aspects, how they combine them. It's a neat sort of thing. I know they probably do this in loads of the JRPGs, but like I say, I quite like it. I can't complain. My only complaints are there's not the it's odd sort of graphical glitches now and then, especially on a Series X. You shouldn't be seeing these sort of issues. The character model's looking a bit naff, and there just seems to be a lot of grind, like I say, but that's what you'd expect in this type of game. Now, I'll keep playing and I'll let you know when I get a bit further, but so far, like I say, I highly recommend checking it out. It is available on Xbox. It's normally priced at $59.99. However, it's currently on sale in the countdown sale until the end of the year at £41.99. So you're going to save 18 quid, which is a great deal. It's playable on Xbox One and Xbox Series X. It has 4K and HDR10 support. And it also has a demo, which is fantastic. Not enough games do demos. So if you've watched this video and go, oh, this looks quite good, download the demo, give it a try, see what you think. Because honestly, from a newcomer, I think it's all right. I mean, obviously, there's a lot of other people that have probably played all of the games in the series that probably say the total opposite. But from my opinion, it's not too bad at all. And I'm looking forward to playing through it a bit more. But let me know in the comments if you have played this game. Have you got it? Have you got the demo? What did you think of it? How does it stack up to other Star Ocean games? Because like I say, I'm not able to compare them, unfortunately. Maybe I'll go back and dig out my 360 game. I'm sure I've got it somewhere. And maybe I'll play it on the channel. Overall, not bad. Looking forward to getting my sort of teeth into it and doing a full review after Christmas. That's it for this video, guys. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, hit that like button, hit subscribe, and we'll see you soon for more gaming content. Bye for now.